topic of discounts, which I know we're all familiar with. We've used them, or we've experienced them. We've probably calculated them before, and it's also a continuation of what we've been doing. The last section that we spent considerable amount of time on was something called percent of change, and then that spilled into percent error. Well, discount is very similar and related to that. All right. So first question I have for you, obviously, would be, what is a discount? What does it mean to say that there's a discount? Lisa, how would you describe it? All right, so a certain percentage off of like clothing or something in the store. I agree. Good. Anyone add anything, Jack?
It's like a special price that's usually less than the original price of merchandise or something.
Yeah, special price, less than the original price for merchandise, whatever. Okay. Anything else? Are we good with, does that pretty much summarize what a discount is? All right, yeah. Very basic. A discount is the amount by which the regular price is reduced. And I guess that could take the form of a percentage as well, because you could say there is a 10% discount, or you could say that the price was discounted by $5 or something like that. You've all seen like coupons or advertisements where it'll advertise a sale, for instance, and it'll say like everything is 20% off or whatever, okay? That's one way to advertise a discount. Other times you might get a coupon in the mail that says $10 off total purchase at this particular store, okay? So one is presented as a percentage, the other is presented as an actual dollar amount. And I guess it depends on what you're buying and how much you're buying, whether you would rather have one or the other, right? Whether you would rather have a fixed amount or whether you'd rather have a percentage. Again, it goes back to like how much you're buying, how much you're purchasing, okay? So a bigger question here, why do stores offer discounts? Let's see if we can compile a list of reasons. What would be the benefit for them? Because it's like, well, if they're offering a discount, they're charging less than what they were. How is that more beneficial if they're charging less? They could get more money out of you the other way. Ava, can you give us a reason? So put more purchases. So she said it's going to make more people buy the product. So if I set the price at X and a portion of the population says, yeah, you know what, I'd buy it at that price. You might have another portion that says, you know what, I wouldn't pay that much for that particular item. Now you discount it. And it's like the people that would have bought it before are definitely going to buy it now, and then you bring in more people. Okay? So you sell more, which is going to offset that price difference. Right? Max? Yeah, so let's say I'm just going to put visit store, and that's very general, but what Max is saying is correct. So you have a coupon or there's a flyer, an advertisement saying that there's a sale, or you see the guy out front holding the signs, you've seen those people twirling things trying to get people's attention to come into the store. Well, people are going to go into the store. Maybe they only intended to buy one thing or two things, but then you get in there and you're like, oh, maybe I'll buy this, maybe I'll buy that. So the advertisement could get them into the store, and then who knows what could happen after that. They could go on a shopping spree, and they're going to benefit, right? Isa? Yeah, that's another thing. I'll put loyalty. That sounds a little weird to say, but yeah, you come back, you go into the store, you buy it, you like the product, or you like the store, you like the environment, whatever. The people were nice to you, who knows? And then it's like, oh, okay, maybe I will start shopping here more often. Stores think, I just got to get them in the door. I got to get people in the door, or online now, of course. But once I've done that, then it might generate most likely more sales. Okay? Kate? Absolutely. Why do they offer it? Well, I'm going to put move merchandise. I'll put move merch. And by that I mean you got all this merchandise that you need to sell it to get rid of it, and it's not selling. Like right now, if you go into the stores, like these department stores, you're probably not going to walk into these stores and see like the summer attire on sale. They're going to be out. Like they're probably already starting to put out like the short sleeve T-shirts, the shorts, the swim trunk, all that stuff because it's getting springtime almost. You're going to start to see sales on what types of things? Like if we're talking about like a department store, what's that? Jackets, scarves, gloves, right? Winter stuff, sweaters, pants, all these things that, the season's over, or close to it. We got to get rid of this stuff. We got to get rid of it now so that next year we're going to have a new, a new style, new items come in. We've got to move it out of here. So you can get some really good deals on items right now. Like if you go into a store, even if it's like, oh, the weather's nice outside, I don't need this big winter jacket, but it's 50% off. Well, maybe you buy it now, put it in your closet, and then next year you got a brand new coat, and you got it for half price. Okay, and a lot of people will do that. They take advantage of the seasons. Like Kate said, you got to get rid of the other stuff and move on to the new ones. Jack. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, got to unload it. Absolutely. It's taking up space in the store. Okay? Think about like, the different seasons, like in like sports. Like right now, you probably get good deals on like football stuff. It's not football season, right? Baseball season's coming up, so those price would be at full price. But it's all based on season and trying to get rid of different things. So those are some good ideas. Any other reason you're thinking about? Okay, I think that pretty much covers it, very generally, but definitely covers it. All right, so a couple more definitions. Sale price, that's the amount you pay as the customer. Now I'm going to jump right into this example number one, and I want you guys to work through it without my assistance. I think you guys can certainly figure this out because, again, this is a continuation of our percent of change discussion. So it's saying a sports store is having a sale. A volleyball has an original price of $59. It's on sale for 65% off the original price. Find the sale price for the volleyball. So it says there method one, method two. Don't worry about that. Your method is method one. Just do it however you would like to do this problem. And I want to see the different approaches that you take for this. When you guys are making a comparison with your group, what I would say is just compare the final answer first. Start there. See if you agree on the price. And then we're going to explore the different ways to do it. So the final price, what are you paying for this volleyball after the sale? Mara? You're paying $20.65. Yeah. Okay. There might have been another answer in there that some of you got, but that answer there, the different answer, is most likely you found the percent, or I'm sorry, the amount that it was discounted. So Mara, can you explain how you came up with your number, please? Bless you. X over 59, and you said 35 over 100. Now explain to us, I don't see a 35 anywhere in that number, or in that set. Explain where that came from. Right. If there is no sale at all, if you pay full price for this volleyball, you're paying 100%. But Mara said, well, it's 65% off of that price. So that means you're only paying 35% of the total amount of $59. And when you do that, when you solve this proportion, you're going to get $20.65. That's what a discount looks like. Okay? So that's one way to do it. I don't think we all did it that way. So let's see a different way for the same problem. Brooke, go ahead. What'd you do? Now, the number you get here isn't that. What do you get? So then you do 59 minus 38.35. What's the 38.35 represent, Brooke? The discount, right. So it's like how much is coming off of this price? Well, it's a pretty good amount, 38.35. So you get $20.65. So you could consider one method one and the other method two. Method one, the way Mara described it, she's finding out the price you're paying. She's saying, or the percent you're paying. You're paying 35%. The way Brooke described it is she's finding out how much the discount is, and then she's going to take that amount off the original price later. Both work out the same way, whichever way you're comfortable with. And some of you might have used an equation here. Okay? That's fine. You could have done, like if you're going to use an equation the way Mara described it, you're looking at finding the part. I don't know what that is. I know the decimal version of the percent is 0.35, and I know it's times 59. Okay? So that works out nice. So I would like you to have both ways in your notes just so you get to see and get exposure to that. Okay? Let's try this next one then. You don't have to do this both ways, just anyway. Furniture stores advertising and Memorial Day sale. Very common, right? Around Memorial Day, 4th of July, these furniture stores, these mattress stores, they always have these big sales. I don't know what it is about, celebrations that people want to buy furniture or mattresses or whatever it is. But, oh, we're having a huge Memorial Day sale. Why? All right. Labor Day sometimes. They're tapping into the people's heartstrings about, oh, it's a Memorial Day. It's everyone's celebrating. We're happy. We're going to spend money. I don't know. I'm sure there's some fiscal reason behind it. So a furniture store is advertising. All sofas, 40% off. You want to purchase a sofa that originally cost $12.50. How much are you going to pay? Pretty basic problem here. This is one that I would argue you could do this in your head. So you're walking around looking for a sofa, see that it's 40% off, you could say, you know what? I can do this one in my head. All right, let's teach us how you did it, how you approached this problem. I'm going to search for multiple ways, if we have multiple ways, maybe. Frankie? Now, where's the 60 come from, Frankie? So 60 represents what? Not the, it's 40% off, so 60 represents the price, or the percent you are, yeah, you're buying it for 60% of the original, right? That's what that means. So he doesn't have to do anything extra, because when you solve this, what do you get, Frankie? 750, okay? So that is the new price. So you're going to walk in there for a 1250 SOFR, you're going to get it for 750, all right? That's another way. Ben, you got a different way? So Ben's looking at it like, I'm going to find the amount that it's discounted. And what is that amount, Ben? Okay? So 1250, take away your discount amount, $500, and that's your 750. And obviously, a lot of us prefer the proportional way, equation way. No problem doing it that way. You would just, on this one, you're going to do 1250 times 0.6. Over here, you're going to do 1250 times 0.4, and then subtract it. All right? But either way works, for certain. All right, turn over. A couple more, and then we're good. All right, Henry has a 45% discount on hockey equipment. The selling price was $172.50. Now, when it says selling price, guys, remember your definition from above said sale price, like selling price, is the amount you paid. So that is with the discount. This is with the discount. Original price. So try to make that connection. Answers should be rounded to the hundreds place because it's dollars and cents. This is taking a look around at all these different answers. I feel like I just walked into like a, what is it, Baskin Robbins? Was it 31 flavors? I feel like I got about 18 different answers when I walked around and checked out these answers here. So we definitely have to go over this because of the variety and figure out which one was actually true. Some of us, if you missed it, you're probably interpreting this incorrectly. It's saying Henry had the 45% discount. He bought it for $172.50. This is not the original amount, so this represents the part, okay? So imagine it like this. The part is $172.50. Oh, $172.50. This number here was done or calculated after the 45% discount. So this number here represents 45% of the original amount or some other percent of the original amount? Isa? it would be 55% of the original amount, right? Because it's like, if I pay, or if Henry paid full price, he's paying 100%. No, he had a 45% discount. Okay. So then he paid 55% and ended up at 172.50. So there's your parts. The percent we're going to use in this case is 55%. I'm going to do this one with an equation just so you guys see the other side of it. So our part, 172.50, is equal to the percent as a decimal, so 0.55, times the whole amount, or the original amount. The original amount is always considered the whole amount. And when you solve that, what number do you come up with? I think I did see this when I went around. I exaggerated. I didn't exactly see 17 different answers or whatever. It might have been, 16. So I exaggerated a little bit. Marion? 313.64? Yeah? So the whole amount, or the original, is about that right there. If you wanted a proportion, okay, 172.50 over x, 55 to 100. Solve it out. You just have to, this is one that you want to maybe go back and look at and just say, okay, I'm reading this. How are we coming up with the way we set this thing up? And see if you can learn to translate how it's worded. Yes, bro. Yeah, what did the decimal come out to be? 6.3? Okay, so yeah, in the future, what you have to do is always round money to the hundredths place. So if it's 636, that would round it up to a 4. Okay, so we're going to practice accurate rounding when we do these problems here too. All right, last one, and we're done. All right, purchase a sweater, 15% off. All right, you go into the stores now, you try to buy a sweater, probably going to be on sale. All right, so it's 15% off. The total you paid was $33.99. So you paid $33.99. Don't worry about taxes. What was the original price? So it's very similar to the problem up above. So let's see if we can have a higher success rate on this one. Now, if you check around with your group, do we have a little bit more consistency this time? How much do you think the price, or how much do you think this sweater originally cost before this discount was applied? Jack, what'd you get? He said $39.99. Did anybody else get that $39.99? Very good. How did you approach it, Jack? What'd you do? So the amount that we have paid is 85% of the original amount. That's why he did that. That's a 15% discount. He set it up with a proportion. For those of you that used he said with an equation. For those of you that used a proportion, you would have gone $33.99 over X, 85 over 100. Okay? Did anybody do it differently, rather than one of those two ways that we just described? Because in here, if I divide both sides by 0.85, you're going to get that number that Jack had. What was it, like 33.99, what? 988, good. So we rounded it properly. 988 would round to 99. And since it's dollars, we always want to label appropriately and do that right there. Max. Yeah. Yeah, well, if I'm doing estimating in my head, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's even sometimes, Max, I might even round it up. Like if it was like 39.49, I might say, you know what, I'm going to call it 40 and just get an estimate when I round. Because if you're walking through these stores and you see, oh, 39.45 or whatever, and it's 25% off, I think, okay, well, if I make that $40, 20% off is just a fourth. It's a lot easier to take a fourth of 40 than it is a fourth of 39.45 or whatever I said. So yeah, just those are good estimating skills that we have. Okay? And that's it. Those 5 problems I had tonight are just related to calculating discounts and things like that, so you guys should be set.